Today is the 26th of February 2021, which is a Friday, the last trading day of the week. And the time right now is 22:33. What a magical number, which is just 10:33 p.m. Budapest time in European talk. And these are my results with Mohini Trade for the day. Probably the strongest Forex trading robot in the world. Let's jump right into it. This is my day on the DAX 30 chart with the M5 zoom, and you can probably tell that that's where my day began. You see the little gap at the tip of my finger between the 25th and the 26th. And when you look at this chart, you really don't have to be a very good chart reader, but you can probably guess that this day has been a weird one. Well, I'm not saying it was bad, or I'm not trying to justify it or qualify it by saying it's good or bad or this and that. It's just a weird one. And I tell you why. Because it started with a little drop, and there was like a lot of shaky movements in the early hours of the morning, which is kind of normal, but I woke up with a loss. You see when it hit that rock bottom, well, it's not rock bottom, but rock bottom for the day. When it hit that rock bottom, my stop loss kind of let that position go at $49.02, which is no big deal, but then it let go a couple other positions, and I'm kind of happy it did because those were bigger ones. Although you see this is just a one lot position, but this was a 0.6 and a 0.5, and it let those go at a very at a very early stage, I'd say, or I'm not sure what exactly happened there, but it caused me about a little over $60 worth of damage, so to speak. But I'm trading with Mohini Trade, so make sure Mohini Trade kind of makes up for it, and it traded all out. Now here are my results. It's nothing major. It's just tiny little numbers. But I forgot to show you, if I sorted by the time of the closure, you see it closed those three things in the first thing in the morning, like 9:15. But right after that, when it hit the rock bottom, it started going up, so it could actually make up for those. Look, $11, $30, $25, another $30 profit, $13 profit. So all of these together, just this and this, the other $30, could make up for that loss. But all in all, I had a very successful day, or a profitable day, I'd say. There's a $9 one, there's a $7, 5, 7, and you can see when the numbers are bigger than $3 or $5 or something like that, like $9 or $8, you can tell it's a volatile day. But normally, if it's a volatile day, these big numbers are kind of stay in clumps or stay in one group, and then between those groups there's the penny profits. But here there isn't penny profits like that. There's a few of them, but there's like big ones like that 15 or 11 or the 7. Look at there's a very tiny one, 85 cents. There's a dollar. So there isn't much room, and there's a 7.93. So there isn't penny profits in between for some weird reason. There's a $10 one. And all in all, my profit for the day was $244.95 US dollars, which I believe is pretty freaking decent. I'm actually loving it. Look at this. My balance is $7,729.74. My equity is $7,263.63. And that brings me to my exposure, which is exactly $466.11. This is actually my open positions. It's technically all buy positions because yesterday we had a very high market. It all fell in, and now it's down here. Well, it's kind of on the low end, but a couple days ago, I don't know if you remember, but we had an all-time high. So it was foreseeable, so to speak. But I'm okay. I'm relaxing because I know Monday is going to be either this or this. I'm really not worried because what's the worst thing that could happen? I'm losing a little money. I probably will not blow my account, but if I will, that's also in the cards for the day. Anyways, I'm very optimistic for the future since Mohini Trade gave me proof for over 50 trading days where I had only one loss. Let me just show you my, let me refresh just to silence the doubters. There you go. The page reloads, and now I silence the doubters. And look, I only had one red day, and I caused it myself when I closed $77 worth of open positions because I had to upgrade the robot. But all the other days were like this. And honestly, for the last 2 months, like this year, or even parts of December, I had a lot of outstanding exposure. Well, not a lot, but I had outstanding exposure for almost all the weekends. You know, the old school trading guys teach you to close all your open positions for the night, but I can't do that when Mohini Trade trades for me even when I'm asleep. Well, it actually doesn't trade, but it manages my open positions. So if it sees a way to seize profit, to take profit, then it will take profit and close my position. Or if my position is in danger, like maybe it's a buy position, but the market drops, then Mohini Trade just closes that position before it could hurt my account. And losing $50 is no big deal, considering you don't want to lose your life. You just rather chop off your big toe or something. So technically that's what happens. Anyways, let's see the numbers. Today, finally, I'm over 400% in my absolute gain. It's 411.39%. My gain is 643.7%, which I believe is pretty freaking awesome. And look at my monthly. My monthly is 100%. Exactly 103%. My drawdown, yeah, that's an old story. I'm not going to get to that. But once it was 47.09. But my daily is 2.36%, which I believe is pretty neat too. Right now I already read this, but I'll read it anyways, $7,729.26. And also my equity is $7,394.98. And Mohini Trade, look at that. That's my profit Mohini Trade did for me. I started on the 2nd of December with $2,000, made $2,500. I withdrew $2,500 on the 15th of January. And then since then, I haven't looked back. I've been trading, and the total profit that Mohini Trade did on top of my $2,000 is $8,241.59. And that is important because I forgot to show you something. So I'm going to go back to my MetaTrader, because out of this $2,500, which I withdrew on the 15th of January, I used $2,000 to actually fund a brand new account that I trade for a loved one as a present. She doesn't even know that I trade it. So it's kind of like a little present. And take a look. This is $35.22. That's what it made for the day, which is pretty neat and awesome. And it also has some exposure, some outstanding positions for the weekend. 2 buy and 2 sell. What could be healthier than this? Look at this. Either way the market will go, it'll start making profit instantly. And the exposure is not even $50, which I believe is pretty neat. Now let's take a look at how much money this small account made whole week. And then I'm going to show you how much money the big account made all this week. So I'm going to do it like this. The 22nd was the Monday. I'm going to hit done. And it's going to sort it all out. Now, the funny part is with the $2,000, with this small account, I only had $2,000 deposited last week, and I started trading this week, Monday. So right now, it made $171.70 within 1 week using 2 sets. So it's only 2 robots doing its job. And you see these 2 robots are DEX Sell Reverse 6 Special and Buy Reverse 1 Special. So these are my little secret weapons. Now let's go back to the big account because I kind of forgot to show you how much money it generated for me for the whole week. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to select custom period and select 22nd as the first day, then hit done. And look at this, look at this, look at this, long list. Now how much money? You can bet. Look at this, $1,210.19 within 5 trading days. So that's my weekly result. Since it's a Friday, that's why I wanted to do this tally. So that's pretty neat. It means that if I can make this much every week, like the rest of the weeks, which I probably will, maybe even more, unless I encounter the big zombie apocalypse, I don't know. But if I can make this much, that means that I'm very close to making $5,000 within a month by using Mohini Trade. And once I have that, maybe I can up the ante and, I don't know, take on different sets, or just revisit and see how to proceed from then on. All right, thank you so much. This was my little week, and I'm wishing you a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you guys next week. Ciao.